This is Internet Business Mastery, episode 81.
In a world where bosses control your life and thoughts of escape fill your mind, where inspiration seems dead and cynicism rules the masses, you have a desire to break free. You feel the need to take control. Now, there exists a place where the secrets of freedom and wealth are given to those who believe. InternetBusinessMastery.com. Free your mind.
Hello and welcome to Internet Business Mastery Online at InternetBusinessMastery.com. I'm Sterling.
And I'm Jay.
And we're here to help you escape the 9-to-5 and live the lifestyle of your dreams by turning your life's passion into a profitable internet business, even if you're just getting started today. On this episode of Internet Business Mastery, we answer questions sent in by Academy members. And in the quick tip, we're going to tell you how to create high-def video content without breaking the bank, and what I did to create a 3-monitor setup. And we'd like to remind you that if you'd like to get a jump start in creating your own profitable internet business using our proven system, claim your risk-free trial membership to the Internet Business Mastery Academy by going to freeaudiogift.com. So Jay, I was going to tell you something that I just realized a couple of days ago, actually yesterday.
Awesome. What's that?
I realized that I've now lived in San Diego exactly a year as of yesterday.
Very cool.
And yeah, and the cool thing is just recently, again, a couple of times a year, I do an overhaul on the old goals, and I look at them just about weekly normally, but sometimes I have to go through and go, oh, I've completed some things, and now I got to add some things in their place. But it actually made me think, as I was going through the goals I had completed in the last maybe year, it made me realize that moving to San Diego and being able to live on the beach and have the lifestyle I wanted was literally just an idea, a written goal a year and a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So before I actually moved here, and the reason I wanted to bring up this point is that once you start actually setting goals and seeing them actually happen, you have to realize how actually powerful goal setting is. So, and let's just say a year and a half ago when I decided, you know what, I do want to move back to San Diego because I lived here 18 years ago or something. I lived here for about a year when I was going to go to college down here. But since then, I've always wanted to come back. And, let's say a year and a half ago, I just thought to myself, or maybe even 2 years ago, I really want to move back to San Diego. So all I did was I wrote it down. That's my goal. And I would think about it from time to time. Oh, it'd be really cool. And now that it's absolutely real and I've been living here a year, it just made me, become fully aware of how absolutely important it is to have those goals and to understand that the whole point of it is that you achieve them.
Yeah.
and that how powerful is that? I just thought to myself one day, I want to live in San Diego, and now I am. I don't know why it seems so exciting to think about that, but it's just a fantastic thing to understand that, if you just actually take the actions necessary, all those things you write down as some days, and I want these to be goals, I want to live this, they can happen.
Yeah, definitely. Well, first of all, congratulations. That's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting because you write down the goals and sometimes you get so set on working on them and thinking, oh, someday. And then all of a sudden, sometimes next thing you know, it's like, wow, it happened. And it's, I don't know, there's definitely some interesting, psychology behind that. But, yeah, I've been feeling the same thing recently with moving into this new apartment here in Portland. And, a little while ago, we had what we call a future pacing exercise, thinking about what, not just setting a goal, but also thinking about what will that look like and being very descriptive about it. What will it feel like? And it was a webinar we did during the summer, if you recall, and we had people comment and put down some goal and what it would feel like. And a lot of people commented. We got a bunch of them. And I wrote down what kind of the next step of my lifestyle, what I wanted that to look like, where I would live and how it would look and some things like that. And the last year and a half or so have been about portability, being on the move, living very simply, going to Argentina, kind of what felt like a temporary stay in Portland, which is now extended longer. And so I wrote down during the summer in that blog post, which you can find on internetbusinessmastery.com. You can go and see it. And it described living in a certain kind of place. And I had a certain type of place that we would live in, and the kind of location it would be in, and what that would feel like, and the kind of amenities it would have, and all kinds of things like that. And suddenly it dawned on me a couple of weeks ago. So we moved into a new place here in Portland a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago. And a couple of weeks ago, and we've just been loving it. I mean, it's seriously like I'm regularly pinching myself going, man, this is the coolest thing ever, because we're up on the 15th floor with an awesome view and the nicest. And, I should point out, like, we're not saying this stuff to like brag, like, hey, look what we've done. This is meant to illustrate a point and hopefully inspire you in your own stuff, in your own goals, as you're listening to this episode.
Yeah, we're just regular guys that started doing internet business, and all of a sudden all these dream things are happening because we actually took the action to do it. That's the only trick to it, is actually doing it, taking the action. But anyway, go ahead.
So the other night I'm lying on the couch in our living room, looking out, so it's nighttime. We have two big floor to ceiling windows that look out on the city and the river and bridges, and during the day you can see mountains, but it was nighttime, so it's cityscape that we're seeing. And we're watching some movie on our Blu-ray player, and I don't know, it just like hit me. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is what I visualized when I wrote that down.
Yeah, this was a dream.
I'm like, wow, I'm in it now. Like, I'm actually living it.
Yeah.
And that was pretty powerful. And so it's just exciting to think about, cool, well, what's the next thing I'm going to visualize and write down and figure out how to make it happen? So,
well, and that was kind of the point I was leading to, is as I was filling out my new goals, rather than thinking, oh man, wouldn't it be nice to have some of these new goals? How I hope it'll happen. I'm going, I now am designing the future, really. Not just theoretically, because I know that if I just take these specific steps, that's what I'm going to look at. And, as I'm looking at these new goals I wrote down, I'm going, in a year, I'll be living that life now.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just absolutely fascinating. And hopefully what you take away is that, really setting these inspirational goals and actually not just putting them away until next year or 6 months from now, but looking at what you need to take action on next to get those goals.
And I think there's power in I mean, it was really cool having, when you set the goals, having that visual element and, the theater of the mind that some different goal setting books talk about, and thinking about what will that look like, and even more importantly, what will it feel like? Because it was very cool to arrive in that moment and suddenly realize, oh my gosh, I'm there. And it feels like I thought it would feel like, and it looks like what I thought it would look like. And it's like, it's a reality now that was manifest. That's a very cool thing.
But anyway, that's, I just wanted to bring that up, and hopefully that will inspire some people to, write down some things that will really inspire them and have the belief behind it that they can actually achieve them. But anyway, let's get to we got a lot of Q&A here, so let's get to it.
And now, the features segment.
All right, we got a lot of great questions here we're going to get through. These questions all came in from our Academy members. We sent out an email to them and said, what's on your mind? What might be holding you up? What can we, is there a question we can answer to help you get past some little sticking point in your business right now? And got a lot of great questions in. We're going to get through as many of these as we, the first part of this program will be available here through the podcast. And then the entire Q&A program will be available inside the Academy. So with that, I guess let's get to the first question here.
All right, first question is from Andrew, and he says,